Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins, and I'm going to help you guys out in this thing called success. I'm about to do you a really big favor that's going to change your life, and it's only going to take about 5 minutes. Basically, I want to talk about success, and I heard somebody say to a young person who was asking, what are the keys to success? It was some rich guy who was talking to a poor kid who was basically asking, how do I become like you? And the rich guy told the poor guy, well, the way to be successful is to work hard. Hard work is the key to success. Well, I'm here to tell you that that's not true. Hard work is not the key to success. Now, why do I say hard work is not the key to success? Does that mean I'm against hard work? No, that's not true. Hard work certainly plays a part in success, but think about it. I mean, there are plenty of hardworking people that work at the post office. There are plenty of hardworking people that work at McDonald's. There are a lot of hardworking people that make minimum wage. In fact, the hardest working people in our country are the people who make the least amount of money. So why would I tell you that hard work is the key to success when there are so many people who work extremely hard every single day who are entirely broke, busted, disgusted, unhappy with their lives? Hard work is not the key to success. So don't let anybody make you think that that's what it takes, because that's just not true. You are a former slave. You are a descendant of slaves. So you grew up with other slaves telling you that hard work is the key to success. Why is that? Well, because slaves work hard, but slaves also don't get paid. And a lot of us spend our whole lives as hardworking slaves, and then we don't have success and we don't know why. So let me break down to you what creates success and why hard work is literally a drop in the bucket and not even a necessary drop in the bucket in order for you to become successful. Basically, if you think about it like this, I was watching this documentary on World War II, and I noticed how the Germans were taking over all of Europe, just kicking Europe in its butt. And the British couldn't fight back because the British didn't have the firepower to go up against the Germans. The Russians had a little bit of firepower. They were fighting back. And the French were pretty much getting pimp slapped. They've been pimp slapped. They literally put the German flag up right in the middle of Paris and said, screw you, this is our country now. So basically, when you look at World War II, you saw a situation where the only way that we were able to defeat the Germans is if the Americans got into the war. So they got the Americans into the war. Now, how did the Americans defeat the Germans in that war? Was it because they had better soldiers? No. Was it because they were more battle hardened than the Germans? No, because the Americans were kind of internationally known wimps. We were pleasure seeking, lazy people who really didn't understand the horrors of war and the horrors of battle. We were not battle tested. Well, how did they defeat the Germans? Did they have better technology? No, they didn't have better technology. Their planes were better than our planes. Their submarines were better than our submarines. Their tanks were better than our tanks. They were the first ones to invent rocket ships and jet propulsion engines and things like that. We couldn't invent any of that stuff. So how do we defeat the Germans? Well, it kind of came down to what I found to be the 4I model of success, the 4I model of winning a battle. And I think this can be applied to anything that you try to do when you're talking about winning that battle for success, that war that we all have to fight in order to become the person we want to become. And the 4I model stands for information, innovation, and infinite industrialization. Information, innovation, and infinite industrialization. Well, where does information come into play? Well, I noticed that one of the driving factors in winning the war was the ability to come up with the best technology the fastest. And one of the things that they invented during the war was radar. The British had a race to invent radar to figure out how to know when the German planes were on their way to attack Britain. And when they invented radar before the Germans, that allowed them to fight their planes in a different way. Another innovation had to do with the thing called an atomic bomb. The Americans built the bomb first. The Germans had built it first, and they would have dropped that bomb right on Chicago or New York City or wherever they could drop it, and maybe we'd all be decimated. Or maybe they'd have dropped it on London, right? But instead, it got dropped on Hiroshima. Where does innovation come into play? Well, innovation is similar to information. You're talking about cracking codes. You're talking about finding creative ways to achieve your goals. You're talking about being on the cutting edge of the best methodology to get things done. That's especially true in the digital age, where I have seen people who simply got ahead of the curve by learning things 2 years earlier than everyone else. And some people get left behind and destroyed are the people who don't read, who don't take time to take a class, who don't find out what the latest and best practices are. They just kind of keep doing things the way things have already been done. Just as Ebony Magazine. Ebony Magazine died because Ebony Magazine insisted on being a dinosaur. Instead of moving into the 21st century, Ebony Magazine thought it was 1985. And that's why Ebony Magazine is dead and just got bought for pennies on the dollar relative to what their true economic value should be. Infinite industrialization means that American planes in World War II were not better than German planes. We just had the ability to mass produce far more planes than they could. For every one plane they made, we could make 10 or 20. For every ship they made, we could make 10 or 20. For every bullet they made, we could make 10 or 20. So we didn't have better equipment. We just had more of it because we were incredibly productive, because we had spent a lot of energy learning how to mass produce the things that we want to see. We'd come up with systems and processes that allowed us to really get things done. And that was something that we led the world in, and that's what helped us win the war. So how does this apply to you? Well, when you're trying to become successful, here's your problem. You're trying to fit a size 13 shoe when you only have a size 7 foot. When I first decided in my life that I wanted to be a successful man, when I decided I wanted to be a better man than I was, I had to run into the impossible task of literally becoming someone other than Boyce Watkins. I had to literally kill the old Boyce Watkins in order for a new Boyce to be born. The old Boyce Watkins was not good enough to become the man that I wanted to be. So I had to get rid of him and create a new me. Well, this went deeper than hard work because I'd already known how to work hard. I've been working hard my whole life. I worked hard when I worked at Taco Bell. I probably worked harder then than I work now. And so the question becomes, what did it take? Was hard work the key to success? Obviously not, because I was working my butt off and I wasn't successful. I was working 10 hours a day and I still wasn't getting what I wanted. What the problem was I was working the wrong way. I was doing the wrong things. I was busting my butt on little things that didn't amount to anything instead of finding that one thing that creates the big thing. So I think you got to ask yourself, when you're talking about trying to be successful and you don't have that innovation and that continuous curiosity to learn the better way to do things and how to outgrow yourself, then you'll never be successful in the level that you want. And the other thing about success is really interesting. Why a lot of people chase it, 99.9% of all people never achieve it, at least based on the definition they had in the beginning, is because a lot of people don't even know what success looks like. A lot of people go out, think they're chasing the bag, and you're chasing the wrong bag. You think you're chasing the bag of gold, and really you're chasing the bag of rats. You think you're chasing something that's going to make you better when you're actually chasing something that'll make you worse. It's like dating. You ever have a time where you really chased after a woman and you thought you'd be successful if you bagged that woman or got that woman to date you or go out with you, and then you find out she's a terrible person and you realize you were chasing the wrong girl. You should have been chasing the girl that was down the hall that you were ignoring, but instead you were chasing the girl with the big butt and the smile because you didn't take the time to even know what success looked like. You didn't know success actually comes from having a good woman by your side as opposed to a cute girl by your side who happens to have a toxic personality. So a lot of times we chase the success in the wrong way. We don't achieve success because we don't even know what success looks like. And then when we get there, we get to the destination and we get what we've been aiming for. It ends up being something different from what we thought. So a lot of people think money is success. So they chase money. They sell their soul for money. They do whatever they got to do to get money. They'll lie, steal, and kill to get money. And then they get a lot of money and they realize they have more problems than they had before they even had any money in the first place. So the first piece of advice I would give you if you're seeking success is figure out what success looks like. And I can just tell you a little secret about success. Success is rarely a one-dimensional phenomenon. Success is rarely just making a bunch of money. It's rarely just getting a bunch of clout. It's rarely just losing a bunch of weight. It's rarely just bagging the girl that you've been trying to hook up with for the longest time. It's usually a multidimensional facet of all these little things that come together to create a quality life. So before you even chase success, you got to know what it looks like, and then you got to know how to get there. And I'm just here to tell you that hard work is that's not the thing that's going to do it. In fact, every day, all the time, I have people that constantly say to me, "Boyce, you're so productive. Oh my God, how do you get so much done? You must work really, really hard." And I say, "Yeah, I work hard, but I don't have to." I know little things like delegation. I have a team. I don't do all this by myself. You think I can do all this work by myself? You think I could be on all these platforms all the time, producing all this content by myself? No, I got a team. I got 20 people behind me that are backing me up. And I maintain healthy relationships with those people so that we can all work together and achieve a common goal. Well, Boyce, God, you're just always doing videos, Boyce. How do you keep doing so many videos? Well, because I know this thing called technology, and I learned the latest technology on how I can actually take my content and make sure that it's spread on multiple platforms at multiple times. So you think think I'm everywhere all the time. Well, really, I might be in the bed fast asleep while you're watching one of my videos. You might be watching a recording right now, right? So what I'm saying to you is that when you're talking about success has a lot more to do with things like innovation and technology than it does just hard work. It has a lot to do with delegation and maintaining healthy relationships with people that you can work together with. That it has to do with you just carrying the world on your shoulders and doing it all by yourself. What are you trying to be? Super slave? Like, seriously, are you trying to work yourself into an early grave? A lot of times success has a lot to do with delayed gratification. One of the reasons it was easy for me to go past a lot of my friends is because nobody ever taught them anything in their life about delayed gratification or what it means to make an investment. Delayed gratification, all that means is that you sacrifice today so you can have more tomorrow. That should be one of your fundamental, most important, most critical core values, where you literally are willing to sacrifice at least 40% of what you could have right now so you can have 80% in 5-10 years from now. The fact that that's not part of your cultural norm in your community is a large percentage of the reason that Black people, on average, many of us never find success, because everything that you see in media is always encouraging you to live for today. If she looks good, dog, you better go hit it. Yeah, okay, go put your penis in that nasty girl and go catch an STD and get a bunch of babies' mamas. See how that works out for your financial life. Girl, he has so much swag, I couldn't help myself. Okay, yeah, now you got a horrible baby daddy for the next 20 years, and you're mad at your baby daddy when really you need to be mad at yourself. Or oh, girl, I'm gonna spend my money. I'm gonna enjoy my money. Yeah, people like Dr. Boyce, they talking about saving and investing. I don't want to save and invest. I want to spend my money. Okay, go ahead and do that. Buy those scratch off lottery tickets. Go out to dinner every available opportunity. Get you that Gucci bag, and then watch how broke you are later on. Watch how you have no harvest because you planted no seeds. So I'm not making fun of anybody, but I'm just telling you that there is a difference in the way successful people think from the way unsuccessful people think. 100% of all people have something that they desire in their life. 100% of all people talk about things that they're going to have one day in the future, and 99.9% of those people don't get those things. At the start of every year, there's millions of people who say, I'm going to lose weight this year. I'm going to lose weight this year. And then only about 1% of those people actually lose weight. The other 99% don't lose anything. They probably get fatter, right? So what is the difference between the people that lose the weight and the people that get fatter? What's the difference between the people that actually become wealthy and get real money versus the people who sit around and talk about how they think they one day going to get money? Well, a lot of it really comes down to the ability to have discipline, delayed gratification, and execution. If you can delay gratification, make an investment, make a little bit of a sacrifice, give up a little bit today so you can have more tomorrow, then chances are you're going to be more successful than most of the people around you. Because in this society, we do not encourage delayed gratification. We encourage instant gratification. And that's why you got people out here that got kids that with people that they hate. That's why you got people out here that are broke as hell because they spent all their money. You got people out here that are struggling because they never took the time to go get an education. You got people out here that are a day late and $1 short because they never took the time to get on YouTube and watch a goddamn YouTube video on how to do something new, how to learn a new skill, how to find out about the latest technology, how to get ahead, right? So what I'm here to just tell you straight up, point blank, period. And I know that these conversations are going to really upset and probably offend 80% of all the people that listen to them. That's why I tell you from the beginning, like, I don't really want you here if you're not serious about your life. The reality at the end of the day is that hard work is not the key to success. So anybody who's out here saying, well, to be successful, you got to work hard. Actually, you don't have to work hard. If I had a choice between working really, really hard and working really, really smart, I would rather work really, really smart. I know people who can roll over people who grew up in the hood, dirt poor, who today can roll over in the bed, punch 3 buttons on their app, and literally have $30,000 deposited in their bank account from their stock portfolio that morning before breakfast, and still don't have to go up and get up and go to work to a boss. Right? So let's kill the slave talk. Let's do some success talk up in here, and let's get rid of this myth that hard work is the key to success. There are plenty of hardworking people who are flat dead broke unhappy, unsuccessful, and haven't gotten anywhere. It's not because their hard work is a bad thing. It's because they're working hard at all the wrong stuff. So like T.I. used to have a song called Big Shit Popping and Little Shit Stopping. Well, if you are working hard at the little shit, you will never do the big shit. If you are being trampled down and pulled down by the little stuff, then you'll never get a chance to do the big stuff. If you're caught up in the nonsense, then you'll never make dollars and cents. So I'm here to tell you right now that if you want to know what success really looks like, then go hang out with successful people and watch how they move. Successful people don't waste time. Successful people don't really waste money. Successful people ain't going to even have a conversation with you if they don't think that you're legit, because they know the difference between what's real and what's talk. What's going to be standing and what's just a bunch of rambling. I hear people that come to me all the time like, "Oh, Dr. Boyce, I got this great idea. It's going to make $1 trillion." I'm like, yeah, okay, that's great, nice, all right, yeah, cool, you go do that, man. That's awesome, dude. Yeah, but really deep down, I'm thinking, no, I need to see something real before I believe it's real. And that's because you know that 99% of the things that people talk about never become anything real. And so there's that 1% of people, maybe 2%, who know how to make something real. And those are the people that you want to roll with. Those are the people that you want to watch. When you talk about learning success, for example, in business, a business school professor can tell you about the theory. They can do a lot of talking, but really, if you go sit down and you talk to a real millionaire, he's going to show you a whole lot of stuff that you'll never learn in school. So at the end of the day, if you want to be successful, I encourage you to keep it real. Keep it real with yourself. Keep it real about what you're good at, what you're not good at. Also learn how to delegate, so you're not trying to carry the whole damn world on your back. Learn technology, be innovative, and also, last but not least, this is very important, you must be willing to grow. You must accept the idea that the person that you are is not good enough. It's not good enough for you to be the person that you want to be. And in order for you to become the person you want to be, you are going to have to commit a homicide. You are going to have to go kill that son of a bitch and get rid of him and bury the body and be reborn into something better and something new. And I'm going to just tell you, getting murdered hurts. Killing your old self hurts. It is a very painful process. Metamorphosis always hurts. Going to the next level always hurts. It's very uncomfortable, very painful. Breaking old habits always hurts. But if you go through that pain, I can tell you, your heaven lies on the other side of your hell. Your greatness lies on the other side of that pain. And so what I encourage you to do is humble yourself to the process. Give yourself to the altar. Like when my mama gave birth to me at 17, she said, "God, I can't take care of this baby." So she literally handed me to Jesus, handed me to God. Well, I don't go to church, but I believe it. That's real, right? You got to give yourself to the altar and submit to the idea that who you are and what you've done to this point is not good enough for you to be the person that you want to be. So my question to you is, how are you going to murder that son of a bitch, bury the body, and be reborn into something better and something new? If you do that, I guarantee you, you're going to find yourself doing things that you never thought were possible. Well, I'm out of here. I hope that this helps you. This is on my mind this morning, so that's why I decided to talk about it. I can't do video. I had to do audio because I'm having Wi-Fi issues, but it's okay. I don't want you to be distracted by my pretty face. I want you to just hear the message. So I hope that this helps you. And by the way, we have a free program. This program is totally free in the Black Business School. My success program is blackkeystogreatness.com. It used to have a fee. We cut the fee to $0. It's a lifetime membership for free. So feel free to go to blackkeystogreatness.com. There's a URL on the screen. Hit the thumbs up button, share button, subscribe button before you go. I will talk to you soon. Have a good day. Peace.